very sensitive point now, because I guess I was, after my 2 years on EastEnders as executive producer, 98, 99, I went off for 3 years to run drama BBC Wales. And I have to say, quite honestly, and I was interviewed on the radio about this not so long ago, if that had been offered to me, a revival of Doctor Who, even with Russell writing it, I would have turned it down. Because I've never been a great believer in reviving things. I don't like bringing characters back, like in EastEnders or other soaps. I really don't think that works. And the same principle, bringing the programme back after so many years, I would have actually turned it down. More Fool Me, I mean, it's obviously been a huge success, certainly for BBC Wales and the BBC. And am I allowed to ask you and the audience a question?
Please do.
I would be really interested to know whether there is a divide between the fans here who they prefer the, what's it called, the classic or the, I believe, new, or whether people like them equally, or there are some people who don't like New Who at all and only like the classic. I really like to, I'm so interested.
Well, let's throw it out to the audience. Put your hand up if you just like classic Who.
One person.
Put your hand up if you just like New Who.
Nobody.
Put your hand up if you like both equally.
Oh, no, there you go.
There you go. There you go.
You see, I like, I wouldn't have said new and old, but it's the digital side of things. Computer graphics have changed Doctor Who, for me, enormously. I didn't particularly like the wobbly sets, but I loved to do effects that worked in the old-fashioned way. I thought they were better, and it suited Doctor Who better than CGIs, because you can't compete with some of the latest things that go on, because they're so expensive to do.
Well, sorry to jump in, there's one effect that sticks in my mind from Remembrance of the Daleks, which looks absolutely amazing, where you've got the shuttlecraft landing in the school, and that was done for real.
That was done, yeah. We had a crane outside the school, the other side of the thing, lifting up the set, and then we had a locked-off shot on the wide shot to see it come landing, because that was locked off. So then I could get rid of the rope afterwards in post-production. And then all the other shots were actually closer shots of the actual craft landing, panning down with it, so you didn't see the rope holding it up. But it was all done by a crane. It wasn't particularly clever, that. I don't think it was just quite a feat to do it. Yeah. But it wasn't very effect. The only effects involved were getting rid of the rope or the steel thing and the thing afterwards.
So, Andrew, in your 2 shows, did you have wobbly sets? I don't know.
No.
Are you sure you're not mixing up with Crossroads?
Did you write for Crossroads?
I did write for Crossroads.
I'm glad you're a man of many parts.
So many parts in it. Yeah, I did. 1985 or 6, I think. It was about 30 episodes. Wow. They were so easy to write. I tell you what, you didn't have to think, because they had a script editor, Peter Ling. He would write the whole storyline, and you'd have an editorial conference in the morning. On the Monday morning, you'd get your stuff scene by scene, already written, just to fill in the dialogue. It was the best paid job I've ever done. Seriously, and the great thing is about Crossroads, I'm sorry, this is not Doctor Who, it was only an 18-minute show. And because of the Writers' Guild, you were paid the minimum for a 30-minute show. So I worked it out, even back in 1985-86, that I was getting paid 50p a word for writing the script, and that included the stage instructions. So if I wrote, she gets up and gets a cup of tea, that was £4.50. It was amazing. Anyway, the producer, Philip Bowman, he didn't last that long, unfortunately, so that disappeared because the new producer came in and because we'd had a row in Birmingham, he didn't want me, and I got sacked off that, but went back to directing.
But being paid for a word reminds me of a thing. I did a series, it was a serial, I was the first assistant, actually. Herbie Wise was the director, with Richard Burton and Virginia McKenna. Yeah, he was wonderful. And we were in the early stages of rehearsal, and there was a small part that Herbie had said, well, why doesn't your wife come and play this? And her line was, telephone, sir. And she was a maid at Chartwell, and she had to come in and say, telephones only. In fact, it was the phone call that made Churchill came back into the office and became the maid or whatever it was. And it was an important line, but it was just 2 words. And one of the other actors in the rehearsal doing the crossword went up to Richard and said, do you realise Jackie's being paid more per word than you are?
I'm going to open up questions to the audience. If you raise your hand, if you've got a question. Let's go to the gentleman just up there in the Jodie Whittaker blue shirt. Yes, you, sir.
Yeah, Andrew, what was Morris Colburn like to work with?
Who?
So, Matthew, Morris Colburn.
Did you work with Morris? No. I did. My story had Morris in both of them.
Yeah.
Sorry, you said Andy.
Yeah.
He's back.
Okay. I also had a spell of working with him on Howard's Way, of course, shortly before he died, unfortunately. But Morris was, well, I think he was great for the part, that's for sure. And John liked him so much that they wrote that part back in for the Attack of the Cybermen. The interesting thing about Morris is that he would rehearse during the lunchtime on his own. So everybody else go off to lunch, and I caught Morris several times back in the rehearsal room playing all the parts. So he'd stand up and he'd go, so you're the person who did it. Yes, it was me. No, seriously. He did that. He was so keen to get everything right. God. And no, he was fine. And I think he had a great presence. And he delivered. He never got a word wrong. He was brilliant.
I'm really sorry, but I've been told we're out of time. But both guests are still signing, so come and see us out in the signing room. Come and ask your questions there. Will you please show your appreciation to Matthew?